Okay, let's start the lecture 5, which is on K-maps. We'll just revise the basic concepts, of three variable. Okay, so this was a function which is given a bar c, a bar a b bar c, b plus c, a b bar plus a bar b c. So we know how to map these things once we write the table. The way the table is written is 0 1, and bc we write it as in the gray code 0 0 0 1 1 1 and 1 0. Okay, so these are the ones which are written here, so it will be 0 here and 0 here. So so can somebody prompt ki how will the boxes look like? How many boxes will be there while we group?
3.
Yeah, yeah, 3. Okay, so this will be the one box, this will be the second box, and this will be the third box. And are we clear about how to write the expression for these box? Is there any doubt in that aspect?
Sir,
Yeah.
so don't we first need to convert the function f into min terms and then put ones and zeros in the box?
Yeah, we'll have to do that.
We'll have to do that, right?
Yeah, you'll have to convert this into min terms, okay? Because otherwise we will miss out the each of these might, like a dash c might be more than one min terms, okay? A dash c is a dash into b plus b dash, right? Now if you expand it, there are two min terms, right? So wherever there are two variables, okay, there are two min terms, okay? So you need to do that. So here actually 1 2 3 4 5 are there. Actually there will be 6 plus 7, okay? But then some of them are common when you expand, so that is why we see 1 2 3 4 5 6. So one might be common when you expand it, so you have to expand it and then only do these things. Is it okay till here? Yeah. Yeah, can someone prompt the no, this thing? Can you say it aloud or in the chat box? What will be the expression for these boxes? Hello? Are you able
So
to?
it will be B.
Yeah, yeah. This 4 1 will be B, and the no, it is C, C, right? C, right? B is change.
C, sir.
Yeah, C, and this will be right. A is 1 here for both of these things, and C is changing. So A B bar. This blue one is A B bar, and this is A bar. And what is changing? You go to leave that aside. So this is A bar, and what is not changing is B, A bar B, right? A bar B. So this is the one. Okay. So this is okay. Now this is in case we have to do product of sums. Okay. Now you have zeros. So how many boxes can you make here?
2.
Yeah. Okay. 2 boxes would suffice. Right. Now comes the not the difficult portion, but you have to think it clearly. So what will be this?
Y Z cap.
Y into Z cap. Yeah. Right. It is Y is 0. Right. So you have to write y 1 means you have to take the, because it's a complement for zeros it is, okay. So this will become Y Z cap. Y plus Z cap, okay. Not an AND gate, it's an OR operation, right? And what about this?
X plus Z.
Yeah, that will be x plus Z, correct. Is this aspect clear? Right. So we are going to make for 3 variables. This is how we are going to do it. Okay.
Sir, could you please go to the previous question?
Yeah. Tell me.
Okay. No, sir, I just had to see the final answer. Thank you.
Okay. this is one more so that we get our ideas further clear. How many boxes? How many boxes we do? Yeah.
2.
Yeah, 2, right? These and this, okay? And the expression for this will be x, and 0 stands for x, and here z is changing, y is 0, so y, okay? So unlike 0 means x and 1 means x bar, so you just have to, so in this case it is 1, x is 1, and what is remaining stable is y, so y bar, okay? So this is how we do for the other one, right? Okay, now you see in some applications, like if you try, you can make 2 boxes for this, okay? There are 2, there is a function which is defined here which has got either 0 or 1 for all the 8 conditions, but there will be some applications where, right, say in this input combination we don't have to worry because it may never occur. So it becomes a don't care condition. So that is known as, we don't put 0 or 1. Okay, it's a don't care condition. Okay, what does it mean? Ki we don't have to bother about the output when this particular input is given. That is known as don't care. So you put an X there. So it can be either 0 or 1. It doesn't matter. Okay, so in that case what happens is, okay, this becomes a don't care. So now don't care, you can either club it as a 1 or club it as a 0 and simplify your circuit. So in this case it is, once you put X, okay, then you see these all the 4, instead of these 2 box like this, okay, a better option will be to put this 4 box like this, okay, a box which contains 4 implicants. So if you put it like this, then F becomes further simplified, it will become BC plus A. Is this aspect clear about don't care?
Sir, how did you determine that it is a don't care condition? Can you repeat that once again?
Okay, don't care condition, I have not determined it. It is from the function itself. The user has told, okay, don't worry about this input condition.
Okay, sir.
Okay, I
You
have
can also leave this now.
no. If you
to take X.
yeah, you may use or you may not use it. You can use it if it simplifies your expression, right? Okay, and just to include X, you should not make an additional box and complicate things. Okay,
So
yeah, it's a like,
0 or 1 as per our convenience, right?
yeah, as per our convenience. Like Ayushman has said, it's a wild card, so you can put it either here or there, and it doesn't matter, right? Okay, so I will give you some examples of don't care condition so that you are very clear about what a don't care condition is. Okay, now you will have some analog digital to analog converter. Okay, so no, on top what is written is wrong. Okay, it is analog to digital converter. So you have an analog input voltage, you have given to 3 comparators. Okay, so at this comparator the reference level is 1/4, this the reference level is 2/4, this the reference level is 3/4 V. Okay, V you are applying here, so you are giving 1/4 here, 2/4 here, 3/4 here, right? When you are giving an input signal, you are giving the input signal, okay, here there is a joint, okay, you are giving the input signal to all the 3 comparators plus. Okay, now the input signal, when it is slowly going up, if it is below 1/4, all the 3 comparator output voltages will be 0. Now the slowly analog input voltage is increasing. The moment it crosses 1/4 volt, C1 will become high. Okay, so the output will be 100. Again the input is going high. Okay, when it crosses 2/4, it will become, C1 will be 1, C2 will be 1, C3 will be 0. Again it crosses 3/4 volt, this will become, all the 3 will be high. Okay, so depending on the as the analog signal keeps moving, these bits will change. Okay, then you can use a coding circuit to get a binary equivalent for those numbers. This is how analog to digital conversion is done. Now if you see at these inputs, okay, will it ever happen, okay, C2 is 1 and C1 is 0? Can it happen?
No, sir.
It can never happen, right? Because if C2 is high, obviously that the same voltage is given here. The voltage, if it is greater than 2 by 4, it will be greater than 1 by 4 also, right? So this is known as the thermometer output. Okay, this is not part of your syllabus. I have just put this slide so that you know, okay, why we are doing this don't care condition. So we should not, if you try to make, so what are the maximum possible outputs here? It is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1, 1. So out of the 8 combinations, only 4 combinations is possible and another 4 is not possible here. So when you design the circuit, okay, you have 4 input, right? When you design this circuit, you don't have to bother for the rest of the 4 conditions. So that's how don't care comes in. Is it okay? You understood one example of where don't care comes from?
Sir,
Yeah.
I didn't understand. Like what conversion is this? Like I understood it's from voltage to binary, but
Yeah.
what is LSB and MSB?
No, once, see, if you have 0, 0, 0, 0 here, right? Okay, the output should be B0, B1, 0, 2 bit. Okay, this ADC, what it does is, it creates an 2 bit input. If the voltage is between 0 to 1 by 4, it will create 0 to 0, 0 output. If it is between if the voltage is between 1 by 4 to 2 by 4, it will create an 1, 0. And if it is more than that, it will create the next bit. And if it is more than 3 by 4, 1, 1. So it will create those 4 bits as per the input signal. Okay.
No, sir. What I was saying was that you said that 4 conditions will be don't care one.
Correct.
It won't be like don't because the output of them like they cannot happen only, so it should be considered 0. Don't care means that it can be either 1 or 0, but here in these cases it will always be 0, right?
No, those conditions will never come. Those input conditions will never come.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay, those input conditions. Okay, this as a homework you can do this. Okay, this is you can make an ADC. Okay, what are the K map inputs? This will be okay. C1, C2, C3 are the input. Three input for the K maps. Okay, there are 2 output functions. One is B0 and one is B1. Okay, right? Understood?
Yes, thank you.
C1, C2, C3 is the binary inputs. There will be 8 different combinations, and for that 8 different combinations, 4 will be don't care, and these are the 2 outputs. Okay, don't get too much into it. And ADC and DAC it's too early for us to discuss. I am just gave you an example so that at the back of the mind you know, okay, why don't cares will be there in certain circuits. Okay, I have one more example. Like this is an IC. We might learn about this later on. It has got 4 inputs. Okay, and it will drive one 7-segment display. Okay, this. So for if the input is binary 1, okay, it will the display will be 1. If it is 2, it will be 2. So the maximum input which you can give here is 0 to 9, because it is going to drive finally this thing. So all input conditions above from 10 to 15 you can take it as don't care condition when you are designing this IC. Is it okay? Right? You can. Yeah, this is an 4 inputs are there and several outputs are there. So this is going. So what are the valid inputs for this circuit? Only 4, 0 to 9. So any input beyond 9 will be don't care. So here also I just put 2 slides to make you understand that where does that don't care come from. Okay, don't get too much into these circuits for time being. Later on we can go into deep of. Okay, is it okay? Okay. So now if you see some examples of don't care have been given. This is the min terms for which f is 1. These are the min terms for which it is don't care, right? So you make a truth table and you put don't care here. Okay. So now can somebody tell how will the table look like? How many boxes will be required?
3.
2.
2?
2.
2.
3.
2.
2.
2.
Two or 3?
So bottom 4 and 2.
Yeah. See. Just 2 is not good enough.
To include don't care, right?
You don't have to include don't care. Okay. Don't care you can use to your advantage. But there is no necessity to include all don't cares. Right? You may want to use it, you may not use it. Right?
Sir, the two don't cares need not be same, right, sir?
No, they need not be the same. Okay? Don't care is like a joker in your rummy. When you play rummy, you have that joker, right? It can go anywhere. Right? So it's the same thing here. Right? It's the joker in the pack wherever you can, you may ignore it or you can use it to your advantage. That's all. So the final expression for this will be one is C bar and one is A. So it will be F bar plus A. Is it okay? Right. Now coming to 4 variable K map. Okay. So like for 3 variable we had 0, 1 and then 1, 1 and 1, 0. Here the pattern will be like this. Right. 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1 and 1, 0. Right. Like you had for 3 variables. And on the vertical column also it will go on like this. Right. So if I start writing the min terms, okay, so it will be like this. Right. M0, M1, M2, M3. Okay. M4, M5, M6, M7. And then it goes to the last row. M8, M9, M10, M11, then M12, M13, M14, M15. Right. So this is where the various min terms will be located. Right, because you are writing a gray code on both the horizontal and vertical axis. Right, so you have to, if you practice once or twice, and you'll never forget these things. If you do even one problem you do of your own, where to write this, it goes this pattern M0, M1, M2, M3, M4, M5, M6, M7. Then it comes down M8, M9, M10, M11, M12, M13, M14, M15. Is it okay? Because you only then the adjacent squares, okay, will have only, you will be able to club that because there will be only one change in variable. That is the reason why we write it like this. Right. So we'll take some examples. It will become, so you can club these two also from the corner also, these two also, right? And you can club all the 4 corners also, and you can club M1 and M9 also, or M1, M3, M9, M11, 4 together, these also, right? We can club M1, M3, M9, M11, or M8, M9, M0, M1. You can club that as also as a 4, or you can have 8 also, right? All the 4 corners, or you can make block of 8s also. So when we see a few examples, it will become very clear. So this is right. The min terms are given. If you see 1, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 0, 1 is here, 2 is here, 3. Okay, 4, 5, 6 and 7. 6 and 7 is there. Then 7, 8 is not there. 9, no, okay. M0, M1, M2, M3, M4, M5, M6, M7, M8 is not there, M9 is not there, M10 is not there, M11 is there. So it has come in the last M11. Okay, M12, M13 is not there, M14, corner 1 and M15. So you make 1, okay. So this is the 1 square, this is the second square, right? And then you tell me what can we do? Can anybody say?
2 more squares.
2 more squares of 2 square or 4 square?
4
1 of 4 and 2 of 4 more.
Yeah,
Two.
4 squares.
yeah, 2 4 squares. We have to target the biggest possible square to get a simplified. Okay, you can do that also, right? So this is 1 and this is the second option, right? So you get a final expression like this. Is it clear? These are all very simple things only, right? K-map. So once you do, yeah, tell me.
So here we can take square of 2, so means 2 squares at a time. So for the
No.
the last 2 ones which were left.
Yeah, you try to do that. What is the expression will you get? Say these two, no? Right? These two was left. Okay. If you try to take the expression, what will be the expression of these two? These two will be y x, right? W x, and it will be
Y and Z bar.
yeah, it will be and one more expression will come in. Okay, that is a redundant expression, right? If you make a 2 variable box, it will be 3 expression. It will be a redundant expression only,
Okay, sir.
right? If you make only 2, it will be xy, right? It will be xy and one more. So it will just be a redundant operation. So you have to take the biggest square possible, right? Okay. Now there is one more example. Okay. Can you tell me how many squares? How many squares will be required?
So 4 squares of 4 each.
Yeah,
Four.
Four
sir.
squares. Okay. This is one is done, right? So this will become x. This will 1. This will take care of another 4, right? This will take another 4. Or for you have 2 options now for these 2, right? Either you can make in the bottom these 4, or you can club these 4 also. They'll give you 2 different operations, but they are the same. I mean, it doesn't make any difference, right? See, you can make one blue out here, or you can have the bottom row also. Okay, both the answers are equally correct. It will not be a problem, right? So there is one option, right? I think here the second option is shown here probably, right? Okay, there are multiple options. All of 4. See, right? So for one questions, but the total, it will all come like this. Okay, there will be 4 boxes of 2 variables each. If you are doing some more than this, then that is not the optimized solutions. You can make any number of boxes will be 4 for an optimized solutions, each of 4 implicants, right? So there could be multiple solutions. These are all showing various answers. So there are 4 different possible solutions, and all are minimized and all are correct solutions. Okay. So now there are some definitions of prime implicant solution. Okay, the textbook definitions are a bit difficult to understand. I'll give you a simple way to understand what is an implicant. Now, firstly, what is an implicant? Okay. Now the definition of implicant, it is a product, min term in sum of product or product of some term in a product of sum or in a max term. Okay, it is that one particular input combination, okay, for which the function will be known as implicant. Like for an example, AB plus ABC plus BC, each one of them will be known as an implicant. Is it understood? Each one, because if this implicant is true, F will also be true. right? So AB will be known as an implicant, ABC also will be known as an implicant, BC also will be known as an implicant. Is it clear? What is an implicant? Right? So, yeah. So there is a difference. All the individual input conditions, okay, they need not be a full min term. Okay, for an implicant need not be an, okay, it need not be an min term. Okay, because AB is actually consisting of two min terms, but AB is an implicant. Implicant simply means if AB is equal to 1, F should be 1. That's all. Okay, so each of these terms will be known as implicants. Okay, so that is, this is the textbook definition for that, right? So now the second one comes a prime implicant. Okay, what are prime implicants is when you make an K map. So whenever you do the groupings, okay, once the grouping is done, each of the possible groupings is an prime implicant. Okay, now if so, this is a prime implicant, this is a prime implicant, and this is a prime implicant.
So could you please repeat the previous slide?
Yeah.
Could you explain this, please?
Okay, this is when you write a function. Okay, in the this is sum of products. Okay, so when you write in sum of products form, each of this expression is known as an implicant.
Okay, fine, sir.
Right? So
Yes.
Once you write each of there could be 10 implicants also here, right? BC plus C, there could be 10 implicants of this function, 10 independent, but there will not be 10 prime implicants, right? Because see, this has got say this is a 3 variable, so there are 1, 2, 3, 3. There could be up to, say, there are assume that there are 7 variables. When you map into a K map, and when you do the groups, there will be lesser number of prime implicants. Once you make the bunching, each of the bunches will be known as a prime implicant. So the number of prime implicants will be lesser than the total number of implicants which is possible. Is it okay? Anybody has got a doubt on this? Can somebody say yes or no? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, understood. There is the only difference is once you make the K maps, okay, so there will be a prime in the prime, whatever bunchings we make, okay, so there will be many implicants which will get bunched as a single prime implement. Okay, so there could be more than a few prime implicants. If I write an expression only for one, okay, then that will become an implicant, right? But here it is getting this implicant and this implicant is getting merged to form one prime implicant. Okay, okay. Now if you see what are essential implicants of a function. Essential implicant means, like if you say this, take this one. Initially you take with this one, right? So I make one box because this cannot be, this is the only combination where one is covered. Similarly for this one, this is the only combination, right? Wherein this one will be covered. So these are essential, very much essential. Without these, it is not possible at all. But the third one is not essential because with this and with this, okay, this is already getting covered. So these are known as the essential prime implicants. Okay, there are only 2 now. Is it clear till here?
So I didn't understand the previous implicant then. Like, isn't previous implicant also essential?
No, it is a set of essential and non-essential.
So, but in KMAP we don't use the non-essentials, right?
No, we are not. It is all possible combinations. When we draw all the possible combinations to find out prime implicants, we don't draw that. We don't use it finally. We use only the essential ones. But this is also possible, right? So we call it is one of the possible prime implicants.
Okay, so thank you.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Can you please go to the previous one? Yeah, here.
Yeah.
So if we had a bunch of 4 here,
Yeah.
would we consider that as like one prime implicant, or we would split it into 2, or we would take like all the 3?
No. In that case, if it is 4, I'll have to check that once again. Okay.
Sure, sir.
I think no. The essential will be that one full one. Prime will be individual. That 4 as well as those all the individuals will be the prime. But
So in that case, we'll have 3 prime implicants coming from that one bunch of 4.
yeah.
All right, sir.
Okay. Okay. I'll still verify that. It's a good question. I had never thought about it. I'll still verify that aspect. Okay. Okay. So here this becomes a non-essential one. So that is known as the non-essential one. Okay. This one. Okay. There are some textbook definitions are there for that. You can just go through that. It's given you in your textbook also. It means the same thing only. Right. So here this one is a non-essential. It is known as redundant prime implicants. Okay. So in the final expression, we don't use that. That is why it is known as the redundant prime implicants. Right. Again, we take some more examples so that everything. How to find the essential prime implicants. Okay. For that, we'll have to take each element. We'll have to consider individually and see that. Okay. So now we take 1. The first min term, right? So this can be covered only by these 4 groupings. Okay. Then we go to the second one, right? It can be covered here as well as it can be covered here also, right? So it has got more than one ways of grouping. We take the third one. Again, this is one possible combination. This is another possible combination, right? Here we take 1. This is one possible combination. And for this next one, okay, it has got 2 possible combinations. So if you similarly, when we do each one of them, you will find for this one, right, there is only one way it can be grouped, right? So there is only one way where all the 4 can be grouped together. Similarly for this, there is only, so these 2 will be the prime implicants, right? So we have to check, and although this is not very important topic, because it doesn't matter for us for K maps and whether it is but this, yeah, tell me.
For the middle one,
Yeah.
You have marked. We can also make a group of 2 ones.
Yeah. The max possible, right? Not more than.
Prime.
So if you have 1 4, yeah. I think that answers the previous questions also. If not more than highest possible, if it only 1 4 is possible here, similarly here 1 4 is possible here, right?
Sir, I didn't understand why M5 is essential.
This one is it? Okay, for 1, right? 1, it is like, let me go back. Okay, let's go back further. Okay, for 1, this is one grouping which is possible in 4, right? This is the maximum possible. I cannot make an 8. Okay, this is 4, right? Is there any other way where I can make one more 4? It is not possible, right? So that becomes the primary.
So paired, like it can be paired with
Yeah.
the side one and the below bottom
Yeah,
one.
we can do 2 wala pair, but once 1 4 is possible, you will have to check whether the second 4 is possible or not.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay, 1 4 is possible. Similarly, we go here, right? For okay, sorry, I'm going back. For this, 1 4 is possible here. The second 4 is also possible, right? Okay, so in the third case, right? Okay, 1 4 is possible this way. Again, the second 4 is also possible. Okay. So there lies the, in here 1 4 is possible, although 2 more 2s are possible, this 2 and this 2. but only one 4 is possible, right? That's how we go here. Also, one 4 is possible here, another 4 is possible here, right? So that's why we have to check each and everything. Is it okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so I'll minimize this and I'll go to the doubts which you people had. Okay, with regards to min terms, there was one slide where the min terms were written. This is today's, is it? No. I think min term was even before that, I guess. Yeah. Okay, you go, if you understand this slide properly, right, there'll never be an issue. Okay, what is min terms? M0 to M3 are known as min terms. Min terms is merely a combination of input signals. Okay, a combination of input. 0 0 is known as M0, 0 1 is known as M1, 1 0 is known as M2, and 1 1 is known as M3, right? These are what is M0. If I say min term M0, it means x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0. Simple, as simple as that. M1, x is equal to 0, y is equal to 1, right? And so these are merely one of the input combinations. It's a vector. It consists of two variables a, b. So it is an input test vector. That's all the significance. Okay. What is a function? A function is, when we say a function is equal to like m1 m2, or like if I write m0 m2 m3, it means for these three input conditions my output will be high, and for all other input conditions my f3 will be low. Okay, is this much clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now how do I do the hardware for this M2, M0, M1, M2 and M3? Okay, so M0 means it has to, what does M0 means? It has to be high for x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0, and it has to be 0 for all other input combinations. So how do I implement that in hardware? By making an AND gate from x dash and y dash. Okay, this is an AND gate. Now if you see, for all these four combinations, okay, only for when x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, M0 will be high, isn't it? If either x is y, when you make this AND gate, the output of the AND gate will be 0, will be high only for x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0, otherwise it will remain 0 always. So this has got in hardware mapped like this as an AND gate with x dash y dash. Is this aspect clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now anybody has got any doubt on min term? What is min term? Anybody? Is it clear to all of you? Okay. So now the other important aspect is for max term. Okay. Now we'll go to that slide. Okay. Now you see this. You apply the logic this way. Okay. So each of these terms 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1, right, is an input combination. It's an input combination. Again, they are named as M0, M1, M2 and M3, right? Why do we write it as capital M is the way it is implemented is different in the hardware, right? The way it is implemented is different in the hardware. Okay. Now what is the purpose of M0? The purpose of M0 is it should give me a 0 output for 0, 0 and it should give me a 1 output for all other combinations, because M0 we use the capital M0 for mapping only the zeros, right, from the truth table. So essentially when I'm making a hardware for M0, right, it should give me a 0 for that particular input combination, because I'm making a truth table, and wherever there are zeros I am going to write, if M0, if there is a 0 here, I am going to pick up that min term. If I am going to have a 0 here, I am going to pick up that min term, and again I have a 0 here, so I am going to pick up that max term. So for these max terms, so when I implement it in hardware, okay, so this whatever hardware I implement for that particular corresponding input combination, it has to give me a 0 output. Now see whether x plus y will give me a 0 for this input combination. It gives, right? X is equal to y is equal to 0. This will give me a 0 output, and for all other combinations this will be 1. So that is why we implement M0 as x plus y. Is it clear, this aspect?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Correct? So this is how. So it is like complement of if you are 0 and 1, so you have to take the complement of x bar y bar, you will get this, because now we are trying to pick up all the zeros and calling them M0, M1 and trying to implement it. Now, so that means we want a 0 for that particular input combination. We don't want a 1 here now. So since we want a 0 out here, it was x bar y bar, so we take a complement, so you get x plus y. So all these expressions, so here we want a 0 for when x is equal to 1 and y equal to 1. So you got to write x bar plus y bar. If you see this expression, even if any one of them is 0, it will not give a 0, right? If any one of them is 0, this expression will become 1. So it will not give me a 0. So that is why I am picking up zeros in this place. That's why I call it as max terms. And these expressions, okay, so these are only input vectors. These are the way the hardware is going to be implemented, right? Another difference is since these are all AND gate or gates. Now, if you have more than one zeros here, okay, you have to use an AND. Otherwise, if you can't have an OR in between these, right? Because 0 and 0, if you 0 and 1, if you try to do an OR, it will give you a 1. So unlike in a min term, where was the one? Slightly earlier we did min term, it was an OR operation. These are all AND operation, and in between you have OR operation. Similarly, in this case, right? If you understand these two slides, you will never get confused. You just have to, here it is an AND operation, in between it's an OR. Is it clear, this aspect? Everybody is clear with min term and max term?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So Thursday, what we are going to do is that at 12:30, I'll give you a mock test. Basically, I just developed a small test module which will generate some random links for each student separately, so that The aim is not to trouble anybody. The aim is that, and I don't want you guys to no, just copy just for the sake of it. Okay, the difficulty level of the questions will be very, very average. Okay, so I just want you to read it and attempt it yourself. Okay, so in the in the final test, if you don't give a mock test, in the final test you will keep wasting time how to initiate the test. So I thought I will give you a mock test. Even for the T1 also, if you go through this first few 2-3 chapters of your book, and if you go through the slides and video lectures, you will be able to score 100% marks. Okay, so there will not be any difficult questions. Okay, the only way you will lose mark is through wasting time discussing with each other. Okay, because those circuits may look very, very similar, but there will be some variable which will be set differently and the answer will be different. So don't waste time discussing with each other, right? So it is best, it will be very, very simple. Okay, marks and all, I am generally very generous. I am not really bothered about that. The most important is you learn the subject in the correct perspective with what is happening hardware. That should be there in the background of your mind, not pure mathematics. You just keep doing things. So that is why I keep giving a little bit insight on the hardware aspect also. Okay, so that's all for today. If anybody has got some specific doubts, and I'll take on that.
Sir, can you go back to the ADC slide?
Okay. Please don't get confused with the ADC and all. Okay, that's not part of your syllabus. I'll explain you. I'll be more than happy to explain you things, but because I thought rather than just telling there will be some don't care and leave it you for imagination, I thought I'll give you a live example. Okay, tell me.
So here B0 and B1 are the outputs you get, right?
Yeah,
That's
correct.
all I wanted to get.
Correct.
Okay, can you just...
Thank you, if you are interested, you can do this and make a K-map from these 3 variables, okay, and verify whether what they have done is correct or not, right? There are 2 outputs, B0. So you will have to make an B0 K-map and you have to make one B1 K-map, right? When you make the B1 K-map, you might get the C1 and C2, and when you make a B0 K-map, okay, you will get some 3 expressions. That out of that 2 will get will become an XOR gate. So this is an example which if I give it an exam also, I think you should be able to solve this, right? If I give and ask you to design an ADC. Understood the concept, right?
Yes, sir, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Sir, for the ADC, can we increase the quantization of it without a timer? Hello, sir?
Yeah, you see the more number of comparator stages we put out here, okay, the bits will become even more, the errors will be reduced. It is known as the quantization error. I'm not sure, these things are not part of your syllabus, but if I get say one or 2 or 3 lectures towards the end, if you try to syllabus, then I will love to tell you about DACs, various implementations of ADC, DACs and things like that. I can give you, I'm not sure if that is covered in your advanced classes. I don't see it's there at all. Okay, but nevertheless, 1 or 2 classes I can give you a lot of inputs on these kind of circuits also. Yeah, tell me.
Sir?
Yeah.
In 3 variable K-maps are there, no, sir?
Yeah.
Then how to make K-maps you told, no, sir?
Huh?
That means you're asking how many squares to construct it. If
Correct.
we are using max terms, we'll use 1, no, sir. We'll group ones.
No, if you are using max terms, all the zeros should be covered.
Yeah, sorry. We'll group zeros, no, sir?
Correct.
So how many squares to consider? Any logic is there or just groupings, that's all?
No, there is no. It is a visual aid for you. Okay. This algorithm doesn't run in computer. This is for human beings. Okay, pen and paper calculations. So you have to see that all of them are covered. Each one of them is covered in the maximum biggest square. Okay, what is visible to you?
Which is preferable, sir? 2 times means 2 squares or 4 squares at a time?
No, definitely 2 squares has got a big disadvantage. There will be 2 square directly indicates that you will have to use one more variable to implement that. 4 square means one variable goes off. So if it is a possibility, if there is a possibility to include, make a bigger box, you should never go for a smaller box.
Okay, I also will prefer bigger box.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sir,
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Changing,
Yeah.
we will write x bar, no, sir?
Pardon?
Sir, we are writing x bar, y, and in 4 variable we wrote, no, sir? In
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
In x, y, z.
Yeah.
If we are taking x0 and x1 box, means vertical box.
Shall I go to one of those slides?
Any one of them.
This is, yeah. This is okay.
Yeah. When we are
No, this is 3 variable, right? You want a 4 variable issue?
No, 3 is enough, sir.
Okay.
Here we are going from in x is not changing in green box.
Yeah.
Then x is not changing means x and y is also not changing there, no, sir?
In this box?
Yeah, in green box. Sir.
Yeah.
Y and x both are not changing.
Correct.
Then we are writing as x y bar or x z bar.
No, whatever is changing, we don't write that.
Okay.
Whatever is not
X,
changing. Yeah. XY.
If 2 are changing, sir, then one will write which is not changing and one will represent by bar.
No. The changing will never come. Here, if you see, here it is 1, right? And here this is not changing, y, right?
Yeah, y.
Here y bar is not changing. Okay?
There also y and
No. See, z is changing.
yeah, y is not changing.
Y is not changing, but it is 0.
Yeah.
So this is x bar, y bar. Right? Here also x is not changing from here to here. But the value of x is 1. So it becomes x. Here also y is not changing. But the value of y is 1. So this is xy. This is x bar, y bar.
Okay, 0 is considered as bar. No, sir?
Yeah, 0 will be considered as bar.
Okay.
What is changing? Please don't include that in that expression. Okay.
Not changing only must.
Yeah, not changing only we have to take.
Sir, in the last slide you just showed
Yeah.
meaning before you re-explain min values and max values.
Okay.
The one where we segregated prime, what are they called? Instances? No.
Yeah, one is
Prime instances and the other two types, sir. I didn't get the final segregation properly, sir.
okay. Let me go there.
So do we implicant? Yeah, my bad. So
Yeah.
do we
Essential
take
implicants.
box?
Yeah.
Yeah, essential implicants, non-essential implicants, and
Yeah.
non-essential the same as prime.
Yeah.
So do we take each box and then give it a name, sir, or do we take like a group of boxes and then give it a name?
No, each box will be you will have to give a name. Box. That the function.
Group of boxes.
No, not a group of boxes.
Okay,
Each
so
box.
one box can be represented in more than one grouping. It will become a non-essential implicant, and if it's only in one grouping, it will become an essential.
No. Box means not the small box. After the grouping boxes.
Okay, fine. Tell me what the final answer would be for this case.
Okay, what are the prime? Okay, final answer will be this will be this 4 corners, right? So the expression for that 4 corners will be
No, it'll be essential.
essential. Okay, it is not this particular element. It is not y bar, x bar, w bar, x bar, y bar, z bar, but it will be that 4 what you get from these 4 corners.
Yes, sir. Fine, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Similarly, here also that will be a 2 variable expression, right? Similarly, for that one which comes later on, also it will be an this. For this also, this green box, the expression which comes out from this, green box. Okay, that will be known as an implicant.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it'll be an essential implicate.
Yeah.
And so do we have a constraint telling that both the essential and non-essential implicants should have the same number of smaller boxes? In the sense, all of them should, because if you don't have such a constraint for non-essential,
Yeah.
if we take the square in the center, which we're considering right now, we can take two, the top two, the bottom two, the two on the left.
Yeah, they're all non-essentials.
So, do we have a constraint for the non-essential implicants telling that all of them should have the same number of
No,
boxes, the small boxes,
no,
as the prime implicants?
no.
We don't.
No.
In
Okay.
that case, we're supposed to count everything else which is possible.
Correct.
Non-essential.
Correct.
Okay. And also, if the same box is repeating 2 times, that case also will become non-essential implicate.
Yeah, it is not non-essential in that case also.
Okay. Fine, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
So I just had a weird doubt that
Yeah.
why don't we consider odd number of elements in a box in K-map? Like, why can't we have a box made of just 3 elements?
You try to write an expression for that. Just let's try and make a. What will be the expression for this? Tell me. 1, 1, 1. Top 3.
So it will be W bar, X bar, Y bar, Z bar. Okay, not the element, the box. Okay.
Yeah, box.
So 2 bits are changing there, so it will become very tough.
Correct.
Essentially, we can't write that.
You can't write. That's all. Right.
Okay.
Only
So,
when we. Yeah.
So if even in this other 3 elements that are there, that horizontal, the vertical
Yeah.
3 elements.
Yeah.
that
We
are there.
try. We can't write an expression for that. Right.
Okay. Got
Right.
it.
No, it will end up. We will end up making two square box only. If we try to write an expression, we will end up like that only.
Yeah, because more than 1 bit will change at a time.
Correct. So that you will have to write as an OR operation. If you expand it, it is like 2 square box overlapping each other.
Got it.
Even if you do. Okay.
So even though we have 3 boxes, so we can still make an expression, right? So consider the top line, 0, 0, the 1 and the blank and the 1 and the 1, the topmost. So that would be W bar, X bar and Y, right? Oh, fine. Okay, Z is changing here.
Yeah. So then we will have to. No, Y is also changing, right?
Y is 1 only, no, sir. In a sense, like it's 1. Oh, okay, even Y is. Yes, sir. And I got the point.
Right. Once we try, once we write the expression and try to do that also, we'll end up making 2 square boxes.
Yes.
Okay, two square boxes, right?
Yes.
So we'll end up doing that only, even if you try to do.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thanks.
Sir, I had a small doubt in LT spice.
Yeah. Tell me.
Sir, so can T on be greater than T period?
No, it cannot be, right?
Because half wave time cannot be greater.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah. Somebody else also had some.
Yeah, so I had a doubt in the previous PPT in slide 25. Could you please explain that?
Okay. Which is that PPT? Lecture 4.
Variable K-maps.
3 variable K-map, is it? This
Two
one?
variable. No, sir, 2 variable K-map.
Yeah, here.
Yeah, slide 25.
Actually, I had inserted some slides there. Yeah, so I won't be able to tell the slide number, but when it comes, you let me know. It will be somewhere here. Here? This?
No, sir.
2 variable, is it?
Yes, sir.
This one?
No, sir.
Okay. Is there anybody else who has got some doubt? You can probably present that slide to me. When
Sir, the slide you showed, the previous slide.
This one?
So slide 22 in your PPT.
Yeah.
This slide.
Yeah.
In minimize function, how
Yeah.
can we take x dash y dash to be a term? Like, we have to take 2 cells, right, at a time, minimum 2 cells. So how did you take a single cell and
No, first of all, this was just to show ki, okay, you should not take it like this. You should make a square. Okay. Firstly. Secondly, there might be a case where you will not be able to group at all. Then even 1 is possible. Suppose this 1 is not there. Okay. Then you will have this only 2 diagonal ones. Right?
Yes, sir.
In that case, it will be x bar y bar plus xy.
So when there are only two diagonal ones, in that case also we can make two boxes.
No, single boxes it will be, right? If it is diagonal. If it is diagonal, suppose this is not there, right? This was to show, okay, you have to make. But if there are single, then you will have to write expression accordingly.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay. Somebody else also had some doubt?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
So, sir, can you go to the implicants one? Slide, last slide.
Implicants.
So if in a group,
Yeah.
we have even one unit which can be covered only in one way, that group will be called essential implicant, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Even if it is, you'll have to check each one of the minterms and see that if that minterm, you'll have to first make one group which is the biggest possible group, okay? And if you see if the biggest possible is a 4 group and there is no other way it can be made, then that will become the one of the essential prime implicants, right? Not that particular minterm, but that whole box, that whole expression. Yeah, that whole group. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
So like in terms of hardware in real life,
Yeah.
these essential implicants, like, do we have to create an additional fallback for them, like when we are designing a circuit, because
No.
they are not covered in any other type of logic that we will implement, so that
Okay.
if that one IC fails there, this will never, this input for given input will never get this output itself. Is it something like that?
No, even if once you make a simplified function and any gate goes, the entire thing will go. Okay, that doesn't have too much of a significance. It has got a small significance when we see when we see the QM method, when the computer, so it is just introduced here. As far as K map is concerned, that doesn't have too much of a significance. But when we see QM method, when we learn that, we'll see that these implicants have got some more value there.
Okay.
Okay, because there will be multiple ways to do to implement the circuit. So we will so to minimize, we will use the prime implicants. So that we will learn in the QM method. For K map, it is just introduced to you. Okay, these are all known as prime implicants, but it doesn't have too much of a significance at this level as of now.
Understood.
Okay.
Sir, for lab 2, we have to draw all the 3 schematic in different file or same file?
No, if you could do, see, for me what happens is now when I'm collating the data and for each student, if there are multiple ones, and that I waste lot of time. So it will be better for me if you put only one schematic. So I just arrange it in as per roll number, and it becomes easy for me. Right. So even if you have made, I have shown you how to copy and paste it. Right. It's not an issue. In one of the doubt classes, I have explained you how to just copy and paste it. Yeah. Okay.
Sir, I had a couple of doubts in the lab, sir. Should I contact you later on, or should I ask it back?
No, see, the recording is also on, so you might as well do, so that if somebody else has got a similar doubt, then they'll get cleared. Yeah.
Sure, sir. Should I present, sir?
Yeah. You want to present the thing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, you can share. I have to stop sharing, right?
I think so, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, I have stopped sharing.